Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. I'm making a set of videos of junk journals that are completed and will be appearing in my Etsy shop in the next day or two. So I want to have some detailed flip throughs for people who might be viewing the listing and wanting a little bit more detail about the journal before purchasing it. But if you found this by any other means, then thank you for taking the time to stop and check out my videos. So this is a soft cover junk journal. The cover is made from an actual pattern envelope. So it has been opened up and stabilized with a clear adhesive paper so that it is nice and strong. And it has been machine stitched and embroidered around the outside. The closure is a beautiful chiffon ribbon that is attached through a nice flower eyelet. They're so cute. And I've got a little pendant on the front that I made with UV resin and some tiny little buttons. And this is attached to the side, but it is movable. So if you are working the journal, you can have it up out of the way so the journal will still open properly. And I've got some tape measure ribbon and some sewing themed charms, including this tiny little thimble on the bottom that's kind of jingling. And if you don't like the jingling, you can figure out how to fix that, I'm sure. But there you go. It jingles a little bit. So let's open this up and you'll see that on the inside of this one, I've used some of the pattern instruction paper to line the inside cover. So you can't see it as much in the front. You see it more in the back here, but we will get there when we get there. I do have a pocket here that has a bit of a little vellum, or sorry, not vellum, Velcro dot to open it. So you can pull it out, it's a little paper bag pocket. And inside there's a vintage fashion card and a washi tape sampler strip pack, which I try to include in most of my journals so that you can have a few little snippets of various washi tapes that I have lots of. But some people don't want to buy a whole kit of washi tape. They probably won't use it all. And they just like to have a little sample. Or maybe you use a sampler and then you get really hooked on it and then you buy a whole kit. So just so you have some things to decorate your journal with. And I have included a couple of little stickers, little word things in here that you can add to your pages or not, as you see fit. So I say in every video that I try to decorate some of the journal, but not all of the journal, because I want you to have a lot of blank space to do what you want it to do in your book. And some people want a journal for just writing and they like to decorate the pages, so they need lots of places to write. Other people want to do artwork and it's really make it your own kind of thing, which is what it says in this note that I include with all of my journals, so that people who aren't really sure what a junk journal per se is supposed to be for will have some ideas of what they can use it for. I used to be one of those people. I made simple hardbound books. I enjoyed book binding. And then I decided, what is this junk journal world? I've got to try and make one of these things and figure out what's going on. Well, then I was hooked. And now I'm actually making some just for me, which is a whole evolution of passion, but it really is a wonderful, fun craft. And some people just like to buy the journals and put them on their bookshelf because they look pretty. And then they look through them every once in a while, feel the different textures, enjoy pulling things out of pockets. And it's relaxation and enjoyment for them. So more power to them. So these pages are going to be a mixture of printables, purchase papers, pattern instruction pages that are vintagey from different patterns I've had, and some old book pages. This is a doily sewn onto a sturdier page. It has a pocket. This comes unclipped. It's a little burlap snippet with some sticker on it and some lace. A little crafty card that you can write on, a to-do list. A blank page. This is a bag that has some things in it. So there's a great big tag for you to journal on, and there's a part of a pattern cover that the rest of it was ruined, so I couldn't use it, but I used this to make a tag, and I have machine embroidery stitched on there. So that is included there. Let me put that in the front. There we go, and this lace flips up. So you can see this bag has been decorated with washi papers and lace. And this is a hidden paper clip, so it just clips over top of each page. And this is just a little folder to write in. A journaling card. I try to do a lot of movable elements rather than stick everything down so that you have some choices about where you want to put things. This is a tuck pocket with a vintage fashion card and a little page with some scissors on it and some lined paper. This is a page from an old sewing book. Scissors, some coffee dyed paper. There's another old sewing book page, some ledger paper, and this is in the center. This is an envelope that's been bound right into the book. It has a decorated index card, and I used the back of a pattern to decorate that tag, the yardage information, and this is a flip up large spool. You can stick things there. I think that's even, you could write on that. It's not too colorful for that. And here's a clear pocket, which I like to use because you can pull out the things and see what's behind. And there's a couple little extra vintagey spool cards in here. Some old pattern cards and some lace washi tape there. And on the back, more pattern instruction paper. And the back side of the sewing paper, a vintage sewing machine stamp. And here's a little pouch, opens up. There's a Velcro dot on there to hold it closed. And it's made with paper bags, and you can expand it. And there's another tag that has sewing pattern decoration on the back. That is actually from a pattern envelope. And so is this one. But again, these were ones that maybe had some rips in the rest of them that I didn't want to deal with. So I made tags out of them. And then I have the back side of those sewing book pages and a pretty little printable pocket with a tag in it and some lace and washi decorating that. And here you'll see that on the back of some of this brown paper, I have decoupaged of sorts. The tissue paper from a pattern. So the components that are made from the different patterns are not necessarily from this pattern. Sometimes they are, but sometimes they're not. So I just want to make sure that's clear right from the start. And then we have the back of that embroidered, or the hanky, the printed hanky with some more tags, some more pattern instruction paper, another fashion card, and these were limited edition. I only made a certain number of these, and then they will not be the same anymore. They won't be available in this format anyway. So that is the sewing journal. Thank you for watching.